Sports at Rewind Digital. We're back live this week. Fellas, Davo, BJ, how are we?
Good, mate.
Going well. And you?
Yeah, mate. Good. Big weekend of sport. You know, the Superbowl. Absolute massive event. Got to see lots of that. What else do we have? NBL, bit of baseball action. But tonight, there was a bit of cricket too, wasn't there?
Yes, T20s.
Yep.
Plenty of cricket. Aussies and even the women
One days.
having a good go there. Couple of good one days. David, you went to a one day last week too. We can talk about that later on. But before we jump into the week in sport, we're going to get our guest on, Matt Cavill from Ozball Tournaments, and talking college prospects Australia. We're going to jump straight into that first up tonight, and let's get Cav on anyway.
Hello,
Cav, how are you?
boys. How you going?
Good, mate. You?
Oh, mate, I've got a hangover from Taylor's team winning the NFL.
Hey,
You know, I'm a massive Swifty fan.
I can
Can
tell.
you tell?
Mate, we were lucky to get you, as you said. You know, maths has just finished, so
Maths is finished. Taylor's team won yesterday. Wow, it's been a big couple of days.
it's a one you didn't come up here for the Pink concert up here in Newcastle as well.
I couldn't get tickets.
Yeah, fair.
Oh,
I tried. I looked at the computer. That was about as much as I tried. But, you know, it is what it is.
Was it switched on?
No, apparently you've got to plug them in.
Hey, you got a fair bit going on. Ozball Tournaments. Obviously, we've had Summer Sizzler already this year. Year in 2024, we've got the College Prospects Australia coming up, the big showcase. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, looking forward to that. It'll be the first time that many schools have been able to come to Australia. And the great thing about it is the players are up and personal with the schools. Like usually when you go to a showcase in the US, you know, the schools will sit in the grandstand and watch the players go through their actions and do all their testing and everything. And there's usually no contact with them. The great thing about this is the schools are coming here and they're staying at the same hotel. They're having same breakfast, same dinner, same lunch, same field. So the personal touch will be fantastic. They'll be able to speak with them, learn from them, and create relationships, which is enormous. You know, you go to these big perfect game tournaments where there's 200, 300 teams, and whilst there is a lot of scouts there, 300-400, that's a lot of players they've got to look at over a 3-4 day, 5 day period.
Yeah.
Being little old Australia, we don't really get much of a look in. So that's why we thought we'd change the way we do it and bring them to us. So
That's great,
they're
mate.
excited about coming here for 4 or 5 days. So they've asked us what they want out of it. We've adjusted the program to suit, and off we go. It's fantastic. It's just exciting to be up that close and be able to get that type of exposure. It's enormous. It's fantastic.
yeah, you've done well, mate, to get that happening. It's awesome. A lot of people obviously won't understand the whole process, the normal process. So from what we understand, you've explained to us that the kids over in the States don't even get this sort of exposure. Is that right as well? So
that's exactly right. Very, very rarely would they get this type of exposure. Usually a lot of kids are just emailing schools, cold emailing and introducing themselves that way. This way you've got the schools here being able to meet the player, being able to talk with the player, get inside his head a little bit, see what he's all about, and learn from him that way. Then for the coming years, they'll be able to email each other and send them video footage, but they've got that relationship. They know who that kid is. He's not just a number. There's a personal attachment to it, which is the great part about it. They'll leave and know the kids' names that they want to know, and when they see their email pop up, they'll definitely look at it. I can guarantee you that, because these coaches get thousands or hundreds and thousands of emails.
Yeah.
But when they see that kid's name with the Australia written on it, they'll look at it because they'll know who the young fella is, and they'll want to have a look to see how he's going.
That's awesome.
Also,
We're very excited about it.
Pretty big, mate, that, they're going to be there with them the whole time as well, like staying in the same place. Wake up, have breakfast with them, chat baseball, and they'll be able to get inside, as you said, get inside their heads and talk about different things. They might, look at what they're doing mentally and stuff like that as well.
Yep, and you're not really battling. You're not really battling against other Australians. Whilst we've got the Aussie players there, we're only taking up to 100, so it's not going to be hundreds and hundreds of kids.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's only 4 or 5 schools at a showcase with hundreds and hundreds of kids. So to be able to do that with these kids it's a great opportunity. Some people don't get it. They choose other avenues, and that's fine. But we know this is going to be a winner, and good luck to the kids that come. Plus, we're able to add some pro scouts to it as well, and some more coming. They're going to let us know in a few days, so that adds a bit of extra, extra bite to it. So really looking forward to it.
There's 10 colleges here listed coming out as well, so absolutely massive. You have a little bit of communication with a few of these as well. Personally, I know a young bloke over there in the Northwest Florida Raiders. So massive for kids to be able to be involved in this.
Yeah, we took about 6 months to. We had a list of 25 that we wanted to that we approached, and then we kind of chatted about it. And we whittled it down to about 16. And then we went from there. We asked a few questions of the schools because they're getting the right out here. So you're not coming out here to do nothing.
Yeah.
But we just asked a few questions of the schools, and these were the 10. And we've even if we're only half full, we got it down to 5 as well, which were the top 5 that we wanted to come, just in case. Yeah. So our due diligence on it, it wasn't just something we slapped together in a couple of weeks. It took probably just over 6 months, and it's great that we've got. Howie and Dina, they'll be running it, plus 12 other coaches from around the country. It's not the usual suspects. It's the guys that really, really love the passion of the game and due to work reasons or family reasons can never take that next step, but they know a vast amount about this game and, it should be in those positions. But they're getting an opportunity here and they'll go hard. We've got coaches Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Queensland. So it's a vast range, and a lot of these guys have done some big things in the game. So their knowledge and their communication skills are excellent. But the boys will be buggered at the end of it. I can guarantee that. But they're definitely going to get the best out of them.
Yeah,
they're really good guys here, which is the bit I'm excited about. It's not just daddy ball, as I like to call it. These guys are all guys that are going to be committed to it and go hard and push the players, which is what we want. Absolutely,
mate. 30th of June and the 5th of July. Now, what's the process for kids to get signed up here, mate?
Mate, it's got to go to the website, www.ozball.com.au, read all about it, and if they want to register, they can register. Simple as that. Yep. There's got sponsors and that involved as well, which was able to bring the cost down a little bit. But we're staying at the Voco. It's one of the poshy hotels in the Gold Coast, but we get it at a community price, I'll call it.
Is it the penthouse though?
Their feed and their breakfast and everything, it's fantastic. But I'm an expert on the feeds, so they're getting looked after there. Plus, obviously, game day will be doing our uniforms as usual. Everyone will be kitted out as well. And but the main thing is pushing the boys out of their comfort zone. That's the main thing that the coaches wanted us to do. They don't want to see run-of-the-mill stuff like usual.
Yeah,
if we're coming 14,000 miles, we want to see the guys push to the limits, as they said. But mate, we've got a few things going, but I'm really excited about this one. I know this is going to make a big difference.
Mate, what's the age group on that?
Mate, if you actually go to the website, it's got it on there, but it's from 15 to 18. We're only going to do it every 2 years.
Yep.
It's a certain birth date, so we're only going to do it for 2 years. Doing it every year is just a waste. So the younger ones, we know that the schools want to see a lot of the younger ones so they can start having them on their books so they can start looking at them and stuff like that and monitoring them as they grow older. And the other guys, the older ones, they're ready to sign. Take them, commit to a school now. Let's go.
It's awesome. Have you actually got any of these guys, any of them locked in long term for multiple trips? So have you got
We said
anyone
we'd do. We
confirmed?
said we'd do year one first, and then we're going to all of us are going to get together on the last night and have a bit of a powwow about what we can do better next time, because you can always improve.
100%.
You can never settle. You can always improve. So we'll do that, and then they'll all want to be part of it. But I'm betting there'll be a few more schools that want to be part of it year two. But you got to prove yourself first, because we don't want these kids going over there and getting red shirted. We want them going over there to play. So that's the personal touch, Whilst you go over there and do your fall ball, these guys have already seen them, so they'll be excited to have them at their camps for fall ball when they start, or monitor the boys growing up. And even if they change schools, you've still got the relationship with the school you're at, the school they were at, plus the school they've gone to.
Yeah. So
that's what makes it fantastic as well. So in 3 years' time, a coach might be going to a new school and you're getting 2 bangs for the buck there.
Absolutely.
So that's what we like about it.
Mate, just looking at the website, obviously the first day they check in and you guys give them a bit of expectations of what's going on. Then it's got full play testing. Is that going to be like what they would do in sort of like a combine or something like that?
Yeah. We've gone out and purchased all the gear, and it's going to be done properly. Yeah. There'll be no waiting around. They'll be running from station to station. We want to get that done. Pre-games will go a lot longer now instead of your standard 7-8 minutes before a game. They'll be going for 25, 30 minutes to wear them out and to see how the schools want to see them. They want to see them flogged, basically. It was probably a better word for Australian to put it. They want to see them flogged and see how they work under that pressure.
Yep.
So I know there's a few guys that are signed that I know. I don't know everybody yet. I know a few from Sydney. But, they're pretty impressive players, and I'm excited to see how they go. So, looking forward to it, guys. Looking forward to it.
Any tips there for the young players, mate? I know we're talking about, cleaning up your social media.
Clean up your social media and clean up your social media.
Yep.
Yeah, and once you've done that, clean up your social media again.
Fair enough.
And look
good.
When you shake hands, look at
them
in the eyes when you shake hands. Nice firm handshake goes a long way.
No limp-wristed Frenchie handshakes.
Oh, mate, I can't stand it.
The old wet fish.
Can't stand it. Yep.
Looking
straight in the eye.
To see all this, Cav. I know it's the week before Down Under, isn't it?
It is, mate. Yeah, it's the only time we could get them.
Yep. So it's going to be a massive couple of weeks up there for you.
Yeah, if we had to it doesn't look like we're sacrificing anything. There's a heap of teams coming to Down Under, which is great. It's going to be bigger again this year. But, there's an opportunity there. If they wanted to do both, we give a discount for the second one. So they could play for 2 weeks. So even better, get more game time.
Parents have 2 weeks holiday.
A couple of them were actually asking about extending their stay for the next tournament. I know a couple of the scouts were, but they want to see the younger boys. But a couple of the schools asked if we wanted to stay longer, could we pay the difference and stay and watch the next tournament? I said 100%. Just let me know and we can extend your accommodation. So I know 2 schools asked that.
Yep,
that's great.
So that is good.
That'll be actually great for them to see. Yeah. I said I'll give it just out of the kindness of my heart. I'll give you a golf cart. You can drive around and look professional.
That poor golf cart.
Make sure you stay on the right hand side, the left hand side. Sorry.
Evening, Devo. How are you, mate? Yeah, all right, mate. Also, I noticed this one on Facebook. I'm going to just share this with our guests, mate. It's a one here for the Aussie Drop Bears.
Mate, those who know me know I love a good night out.
Love a good night out. 12th of April. Only 200 tickets.
So I thought I'd do a bit of a fundraiser for the big boys going to Savannah. There's a few things we need to purchase to be a little bit bigger and better than last year. So instead of taking it out of tournament fees and things like that, I thought we'd do a bit of a shindig and we'd have it at the Pickled Monkey, which is one of our major sponsors. It's a brand new brewery opening up actually in Marrickville.
Yep.
And I've got the Luke Combs show, which those who don't know Luke Combs, well, he should be dead. one of the best American country music centers, but we've got the closest thing to it.
Beautiful.
Well, there are two types of
You love
music,
it,
country
you
and
love it,
western.
sing along. And mate, just to add value, we've got to put a buffet in there. You can't have a shindig without a buffet.
That's it.
That's fair, mate. That's fair.
So
I believe you're
I know the
dropping
chef.
that one.
I know the
dropping that
chef
one.
from Big Good Monkey is red hot, so we're going to have a good buffet and a great night out. We've got a special guest speaking, which I'm going to release in a couple of days.
Yep.
And yeah, it'll be good. The actual special guest will be good for the parents to go. They'll get a bit of insight into a different world.
You beauty.
So it'll be good. But we only got 200 tickets.
Yep.
Yep.
That'll be a good one, mate.
So,
Book us in. Hutto's driving.
Register now, pay later. That's fine. You don't have to pay right now. You can register now, but it'll be it's gonna be a big night.
Good.
There we go. Tickets on sale tomorrow. Only 200 available. That'll be at
That's a lie. There's only about 160 now.
Ozballtournaments.com.au.
Yep.
All right, Cav.
No worries,
you jumping on, mate, and telling us all about that.
Go watch the rerun of Taylor's concerts.
Fair enough.
Start doing my friendship bands.
If you stick around for about 20 minutes time for the NFL, mate, there'll be a fair few Taylor memes in there for you.
Oh, mate, Taylor's team did so well.
Can you
They did a
believe?
great job.
Can you believe she kissed Andy Reid? I've got footage of it later in the show.
Mate, it is what it is. It's an emotional time winning the NFL. So, you know, it happens. It happens.
It is.
You know,
Oh,
next
mate.
minute, you know, you can Taylor songs at a nightclub 3 in the morning.
I'm just glad
Great.
that they didn't do much in the first half because she wasn't shown too many times. But that second half really hurt us, didn't it, Hutto?
Yeah,
every time
mate,
she
we
come
were
up,
having
we're
a
having
drink
shots
every
of-
time she was on.
Yeah,
and,
shots of
But I
blood,
did
like
see
snaps
a
and,
Chiefs jersey on someone, and it had Swift on the back.
Of course it did.
It's okay if you're an Eagles fan.
That's right.
All right, gents.
All right, mate. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
mate.
And go and check out ozball.com.au. Check
See you
out
on the
all the
12th.
things there.
No point registering for the college prospects. You're a bit old. But you can come to the shindig.
Mate, I identify as a 15-year-old. I'm as tall as
the
well.
rest of us have got eyes, though.
Fair enough. Fair enough, mate. All right, Cav.
Have a
Take
great
it easy,
night.
mate.
See you
See you
guys.
later.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Kev.
Lots of things there for young kids in baseball. We talk about this a lot. You know, we might not have got these opportunities when we were younger, and the kids today get lots of opportunities to play lots and lots of baseball, not only through the Ozball tournaments, but all the different things he's got going on. So thanks, Cav, for jumping on.
So good. It's so like under 18, you had Barry Holland watching. That was it.
Yep.
And if you didn't get picked up by Barry, no one else. So
Yep.
It's great for kids.
It is great. There's plenty of opportunities, that's for sure. And having 10 colleges come over, but not only, you know, they're not just sitting in the stands, they're interacting with you is massive. So we wish them all the best. And if you do know someone, you know, that it's interested in that, make sure you reach out to Cav or head over to the Ozball website. All right, fellas, let's kick off with some tidbits. I think, Dave, you might be up first, mate, today.
Yeah. So I saw this one the other day. Innings at catcher. So Joe Mauer, Buster Posey, 2 great catches, 17,175 innings combined. Yadier Molina, 18,294 by himself.
Next level, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's like a bit like Thurman Munson, just went out there every day.
Yep.
And just dominated for years upon years.
Mate, and Mauer and Buster Posey, you know, they're considered absolute legends of the sport. And, yeah, check that out. Massive stat.
So second one, I'm off to the golf. So Scotty Schaffer has been ranked number 1 for 73 total weeks. To catch Tiger's record for total weeks at number 1, Schaffer needs to hold the top spot continuously until October 21, 2035. That's just...
It's only a little bit, isn't it?
That's
It
insane.
blows your mind thinking like how long he'd have to stay at number one to beat Tiger's record.
Yeah, insane. And now you look back at golf back then, and he was winning everything and couldn't do anything wrong. And you look back now and think, wow, it was that long. He was there, number one for that long. Unreal.
And it's not like he didn't have competition either. So there were some other golfers that would have challenged him for number one. He was just that good.
Yeah, for sure.
Consistently that good.
Yeah.
Randall, you're up.
Yeah, so we all saw last week Jose Altuve signed a new contract or an extension for another 5 years, I think it was, with the Astros. A lot of stuff started popping up about him. So Jose Altuve is the only player in Major League history to be named an All-Star in both leagues while playing for the same franchise. So he must have been pretty young. He must have only played a couple of seasons before they changed over to the American League. But yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I think you probably won't see that again.
No, unless they go changing the all the divisions around again.
Which I don't see happening.
I don't see it happening either.
And I moved on to the cricket. We all saw Will Sutherland, I think, last week make his test debut for Australia. So now Annabelle and Will Sutherland become the second brother and sisters to play for Australia. Their first were Terry and Denise Alderman. Pretty good.
Oh, Terry Alderman. Good ball.
Pretty happy family, wouldn't you? Watching your son and your daughter both playing for Australia.
And the old man used to be the boss of Cricket Australia.
Yeah, I think
James Sutherland. Yeah,
I think he was. I'm throwing it out there. CEO of CommBank, maybe.
I'm not sure, but I know he was in charge of Cricket Australia for a while.
Yep.
So
I'm pretty sure he was right up there, tippy top of. I think it was CommBank, but something like that.
Fair enough.
Pretty cool though.
Which would make sense with CommBank being a
major sponsor.
Major sponsor.
Pretty good having both your kids represent their country, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Annabelle Sutherland is a bloody. She's going off, isn't she, Davo?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched a bit of the highlights of the other nights. Was it a couple of nights ago, I think it was. A couple of good scores there. All right, mine. This one's for you, Randall. Chris Davis will finally not be the highest paid Baltimore Orioles player in 2024. Corbin Burns, 15.6 mil. Chris Davis, 14.8.
He hasn't played since, 2018? 2019.
There you go. Hey, your Orioles are looking pretty good, though, this year.
Corbin Burns, mate, massive pickup.
Good rotation.
To be honest, didn't really lose much. DL Hall's a little bit of a loss, but he's had a few chances and hasn't really, come to the party. And I can't remember the other guy. But yeah, he's an infielder and they're stacked in that middle infield at the moment, especially Jackson Halliday coming too. So,
and new ownership to hopefully loosen the purse strings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a little bit of cash to actually hold on to some of these young guys. A little bit like Kansas City, eh?
Yeah.
With that, picking up, extending Bobby Witt Jr., finally throwing some money around. So
I think that was good value. I really hope the Orioles do what Atlanta have done, mate, and, tie up their big guns those next couple of years and really sign them on.
Hope so.
Yeah. Well, my last tidbit. Maddox is the only pitcher in MLB history to win at least 15 games for 17 straight seasons. He well-deserved spot there in Hall of Fame there. What do you guys think about that one?
What did Nolan Ryan do then?
Unanimous.
Nolan Ryan, I don't think he would have to be close, but Yeah,
He played for a lot of mediocre teams, Nolan,
Oh, yeah.
which really affected his win-loss.
Yeah.
So, it's surprising his numbers. They're not as good as you think in the win-loss section because, a lot of mediocre teams
score one run and they lose.
Yeah,
You think that you would have you'd think there's like you think back through some of the high quality pitches. I guess it's you think someone else would be up there. Like Bob Gibson or someone like that. But I guess it's longevity, isn't it?
It is longevity. That era of baseball was unreal to watch, though. Like when you think back of Smoltz and Glavin and just that era was unreal to watch.
and the All-Star home run derbies like Maguire and Sosa going off, Frank Thomas and Griffey, Juan Gonzalez, give us that any day of the week. Big Jim Tomey.
All blokes with biceps as round as my midsection.
Yeah. Actually, I forgot to put in your Barry Bonds thing. Barry Bonds' new movie, The Unnatural.
Yes.
That was a pretty good one. Forgot to put that in. All right. I'm going to move over and we can talk about this for the next 45 minutes, if you like. Kansas City Chiefs. They've done it again, Randall.
What a game, eh?
Oh, it was a weird game, wasn't it? It was not a usual sort of, I don't know. It was just really quiet and really relaxed. Davo, you watched much of it, mate? I know you're at work. Did you get to see?
Yeah, I had the phone going, sort of had it propped up on the desk in the office there. Thankfully, there wasn't a whole lot of people in the office, but doing a bit of work. But, had most of the game going. And, very quiet first half. Both defenses showed up, and the way the 49ers defense was working, I thought, hey, they're a strong chance here.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it, Hudson, didn't we? We were sitting there watching it, and end of the first quarter, and I know you said, "Oh, mate, San Fran are all over them." I just sort of, I disagreed, didn't I? I said, "Oh, I don't think they have been." I just don't. I don't know. It was a weird game, weird first half.
I don't know. I think that first quarter, Brock Purdy they gave him space in the pocket, and he was able to throw, but they didn't score, and that was the biggest thing was, they held them on and they didn't score. And then I think it was 10-3 or something like that after the second, and it was the same thing. It was just they're not running away with it, and they haven't let Mahomes do a thing. And then, it just kept going on and on and on. Here we go.
Kelsey had 1 yard. Like
1 yard, one reception. Yep.
Yeah.
We talked about it. We were saying we couldn't understand what was going on. Like the couple of weeks against the Bills, against the Ravens, they just went to him over and over again. They had they tried to play that high D, the oppositions, and they just turned the ball under him and just picked off yards, first down, picked off some yards, first down, picked off your first few yards, first down again. They weren't doing that in the first half. They were just not playing the game that they'd played the previous weeks to get them where they were. But they turned that around in the second half, and that's how they played.
That final drive in overtime, Kelsey had 38 yards himself.
Yeah.
So
get him the ball.
Yeah.
Bills in the Penny Panthers, 37.50 and over. Sterling money. What is that? The Bills to be beaten again by the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs?
Wow.
Is that what that's for, or
is it Bills not to make the playoffs?
Not throwing money away.
Speaking of TF Hudson, he put on a good show at his house for the Super Bowl. Plenty of good food.
Butterscotch snaps, bit of white port.
I don't know what the hot dogs were. They were like, I think they were South African sausage or something, weren't they?
I don't know. The one I got was rolled up like a snail.
Yeah, but thanks for that, Tim. It was a good day out.
Great day.
Some of the stats, mate. I think we talked about this the other week. The contract value of Mahomes versus Brock Purdy. So 3.7 mil his contract and 503 mil for Mahomes. The property value, Mahomes owns a $8 million real estate portfolio, and Brock Purdy's splitting rent with a friend, a teammate. So obviously that's going to change because he's an absolute exceptional player, and San Francisco are going to be up there again and again. So we talked about Mahomes, 333 yards, 34 completions, 2 passing touchdowns, Super Bowl MVP. We talked about this a bit yesterday, Randall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who do you think should have got that? What about you, David? What's your thoughts on MVP there?
I thought in a losing team, McCaffrey had a great game.
Yeah.
He was hard done by.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like all the yards he got and the work he did.
Yeah.
And they were even joking at one point, the Aussie punter, like the way that punt he did sort of down into that pocket, got the perfect bounce to the teammates down at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
But he constantly got them out of trouble when they had to punt. So,
yeah.
But yeah, when I saw that, I thought, it's predictable. But no one on the Chiefs really stood out, though.
No,
I agree. A lot of blokes dropping ball again, which is the story of their year, wasn't it?
Talking about Mahomes,
Mahomes, a few passes that he threw behind a runner, overshot a few blokes. Yeah, he didn't really run too much.
333 passing yards, Randall. Hard school, mate.
Oh, mate, come on. And what was it all in the last quarter or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm with you, Dave. I thought McCaffrey for sure. That first quarter, he did drop a ball though that turned over. But the first 6-7 plays was all him. 38 yards or 40 yards or something, busting through. But
how many rushing yards did he have?
No idea, Randall. I didn't check overall. Didn't really care. It was a great game. Like the finish, I don't know. It was sort of really weird all game. It was really calm. There was nothing sort of out of anyone's control. Both teams could have, ran away with it with a few good plays, and then that last drive from the Chiefs, as you said, Davo, Kelsey just ran through it and they passed it to him finally, and I don't know, it just was always in control. Mahomes had it covered, and
the 49ers not knowing sort of all the rules and all that, how it was all going to play out. That's a big stuff up by someone.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know what? McCaffrey only had 80 rushing yards, and he had 8 receptions for 80 yards as well.
Okay.
So wasn't as much as you'd think. No.
Just seemed like he was everywhere sort of thing. Just wasn't going for the big yards.
Well, Kelsey had 93 rushing yards. So
yeah, I don't know.
It just didn't seem like that, maybe.
I'm just trying to find the Andy Reid and Kelsey blow up. I can't see it here. Anyway.
Oh, it's nothing really. It's that's a player with passion, saying wanting to be out there.
Get me the ball
every play.
Yeah, get me
of
in the game.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Get me in the game.
Yeah.
At that stage, he had what? He had 1 reception for 1 yard, and they hadn't gone to him. And how many times had he been open?
Yep,
many times.
I think there was a fumble. He was open, and they threw the ball. I think was it Rice or someone, and then he fumbled the ball, or whoever it was, and he's blowing up. I would be blowing up too. He's been the man for the last 2 games.
Ever since Tyreek Hill left. Yeah. Tyreek Hill went to Miami, and he's been the number 1.
Yep.
And boy, did they miss Tyreek Hill. Pacheco is absolutely useless.
and it's a Super Bowl. It's like he's pumped for it. He just wants the ball on every play, which you would.
Yep.
If you're a player in that game, it's like, I want the ball every time. I'm not getting it. Why not?
Yeah. No, I loved it. Bit of fire in the belly, bit of passion. What needs to happen?
That scoring play, like the final scoring play, were they ever not going to score? Like, sitting there watching it, it didn't look like they weren't going to score.
It didn't look like it. It didn't look like it. But, yeah.
As soon as they marched downfield, it was like, oh, this is game over. They're going to win this. No worries.
Yeah.
Like almost wasn't a question anymore.
Yeah. Andy Reid did look after us here with not getting the ball to Kelsey. We were having a drink every time Taylor was on TV. So maybe
that's what cost me my multi was Kelsey not getting in. Had 4 of the 5 legs there.
Yeah. Brutal.
Bastards.
Brutal. Hey, Randy, you sent me this one last week, mate, and it's now 3 apiece.
It's now 3 apiece, yeah. Patrick Mahomes, he only needed 1 more Super Bowl. He's now got 3 to tie his father's DUI arrest. He's also got 3.
Mate, good record.
Yeah.
Good record there.
Keeping up, Dad.
Yeah. Get yourself another one, Dad, and then I can get myself another Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll probably need a little bit of bailing out if he gets another one, I reckon. One of you blokes mentioned this the other day too. The Nickelodeon booth commentated the game. Did you see
wasn't it? No, it's only this is all I saw, but obviously because I was with you, so I didn't have the opportunity to throw it on, but I reckon it would have been an absolute cracker.
It's like the Toy Story game.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier with the Toy Story game, and then you got this. Imagine if they had they should have had the Toy Story commentating. I reckon that would have been
great.
Tied off for the end of the season. But that would have been good. Let's talk halftime show, fellas. I know TF Hudson had no idea who was on for the whole show. But I've seen this one, and it was pretty accurate. The Purple Cobras. And
yes.
What was going on in halftime? I know we ended up flicking it off because it was just average. I don't think there's been a good halftime show for a few years now.
The Dr. Dre Eminem one was a good one. Snoop Dogg, that was
LA.
Show.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, that's right.
What was last year?
Rihanna.
Average.
I don't know, mate.
I was saving a bit of data, so I didn't bother with halftime.
Yeah, I didn't. It was pretty piss poor, to be honest. I was not a fan. I was pretty disappointed.
I think TF Hudson was looking for Transvision Vamp and the radiators to come on or something like that. Not sure what he was hoping for.
A bit of Transvision Vamp.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
He was too busy blowing up at the halftime show to worry about the hot dogs. That's the problem.
Hey, those South African hot dogs we had were pretty good. Pretty good. This, the Cowboys. 0 appearances the Super Bowl since 96. Taylor's got 1, and looks like she's getting to cover the 2025. Cav, if you're still watching, mate, you'll be getting that for sure.
Bloody hell.
The Taylor Swift show, mate, we've all had enough, so I'm going to leave it there and not talk about that anymore.
It should be a Jason Kelsey show. Like, how's the overalls he was wearing at the Super Bowl, and then the Rey Mysterio mask at the after party when he's up in the DJ box? That's a man with a life.
Did you see when he turned up and he was dressed as Alan from The Hangover?
Oh, I did have that one too. I haven't got that up.
No, I didn't see that, but
it was perfect. It was so good.
Yeah, that's a man with a large
for you, Davo, because it was. Here it is. Hang on, I'll fire him up. Classic, absolute classic. Kelsey at his best.
It's like the Funko Pop that's just come out that I shared to you guys from the Bills, where he's got no shirt on and he's doing these ones.
Yeah. There it is. Pretty decent.
That's dead on.
Yep.
He's red hot. Absolutely.
What a legend.
Yes.
So it's just a guy enjoying life. So happy for his brother.
Yep. He is. Yeah, that's done and dusted for another year. The NFL's over, so that means it's baseball season, and that's what we're all excited for.
Oh, yeah.
Before we talk about a bit of baseball, Davo, do you want to run us through a bit of cricket, mate?
Yeah, so the under-19s won the World Cup, so it's another game that India lost to us in a final. So it's so good to see. It's what the T20, the 50 overs, and now the under-19. So now the young guys, they batted first, put up a good target, and then just bowl them out. So it was so good to see. Young Aussie cricket is nice and strong.
It is. It is real good to see, mate. I watched a little bit of it, and
over there in South Africa,
nothing more to say. Is they dominated and they killed
undefeated.
it. The sport's looking good. So
yeah, undefeated throughout the whole carnival. So
yep, should get him on your show while he's out. He's supporting Taylor as a backup singer. Viva. After he sang that at the end, mate, he's not coming on anything.
Right.
So,
I don't know how much pull you think we have, but geez, we're lucky to get Cav on.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he'll be invited back onto the Phillies Christmas album next year or this year either. So if he keeps singing like that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, 1 days, mate. There's still we played the third one, didn't we?
Yeah,
it's on now.
The T20. Yeah, it would be on now over in Perth. Forgot it was on. So
we're chasing 220, Davo.
Okay. Oh well, they've put up a bit of fight.
1 for 95 after 9.4 overs. So
no, they've done well the first two, dominated that, but just shows the different Windies team. You look at this T20 team, and surely those guys could still be playing 1 days or tests. Like you got Powell, you got Holder, and those other guys. It's just a shame that they're now just limited to the T20s.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
You think the T20 and the ODI would be pretty similar team. Almost, coming all this way. So there we go. 95, Warner 69 off 36.
Oh, it's finally doing something, is he?
Probably got his helicopter in there, Davo. And
well, he mustn't be wearing his Thunder shirt because he'd be out for a duck if he was.
Stop it.
Fair enough.
But
what about the Aussies, mate? The Aussie women.
The women are doing well. They did lose one to South Africa, but they won the deciding 1 day. Also the T20. They've had the T20s. Now they're doing the 1 days, and they're about to start a test as well over in the WACA. So it's good to see. Good to see the women getting a test. Should be more of it. So I think Elise Perry, she was most capped Australian in the latest series or something. But no, they're playing well as a team. They're mixing in some youth now as well. So
good.
They're doing really well.
Yep.
And that loss to South Africa, that was the first ever women's team to lose to South Africa.
Yeah.
So we've never lost to them before.
And
pick a game up, ladies.
Oh, the spell of bowling Cap did was just some of those balls were just unhittable. Like Beth Mooney copped one. It's just swung into her, taken out middle stump, and she's just like, okay, throw the bat under the arm, walk off. Cap just had one of those spells that just had it on a string, and that was the difference in the match.
She had a day, I think.
Beforehand.
She scored,
she
scored 70 odd, didn't she?
Yep. And then she's come out and just bowled, and you just tip your cap. Australia played well, but when you come up against that, no answer.
Unreal. Hey, while we're talking about cricket, mate, how's your daughter going? I know she was right up there with the wicket takers the last sort of few weeks. How'd she go last week?
I only got 3 wickets again.
Oh,
got
terrible.
So from 6 games in first grade this year, she's now got 14 wickets.
Yep.
So she's like fifth fifth for all of Central Coast women's first grade, and
Yep.
she's only played 6 games where the others have played 14 or 15. So,
Beautiful.
13 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
13 years old.
13, so she's bowling pace there, and now they're getting her to bowl spin as well. So a bit of off spin, and she's actually turning the ball on synthetic. So she's just picked it up. Like we're at Central Coast Academy training tonight, and the head coach there is like, "Did you teach her that, like the spin?" I said, "No." Nah. He said, "Oh, it's perfect. She's twisting well." I said, "Well, probably from a baseball background. It's like throwing a curveball, so that's in the family." But yeah, just going from strength to strength and just doing so well and loving cricket. She's a tragic. You flick through like her Instagram, everything's just cricket. It's like no bands or anything or boys or whatever. It's cricket after cricket. Hope it stays that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, it'll change over the years, David, but
awesome.
I'm sure that love for cricket will be there, mate.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, baseball is back. Our the Aussie team has just been announced. They're I think it's coming up next weekend, isn't it? 17th, 18th at Melbourne. They're taking on Korean team, and some pretty good names here in the Aussie team for that. It's basically the Adelaide Giants. No, just kidding. It's a pretty good team. Kennelly, Whitfield, Bajarski, Darryl George, Logan Wade, Dale, Wingrove, Bowie, Perkins, Alex Hall, Lachlan Wells, starter, Kent, Kennedy, McGrath, Timmy Atherton back in there. Good to see. Sam Holland, Sorpold, Carlton Wynn, Josh Geyer, Wilkins, and Van Stencil. So good luck to the Aussie team. That'll be good watching on the Baseball Plus app.
Yep. Solid team.
Be right
Double
before we get on to spring training games. So perfect timing.
Yep. Double good luck to those Newcastle boys, Rickson and Lockie Wells that
absolutely
picked in the team. It's great for us locally to see some of our younger kids that have come through our younger groups playing for Australia.
I'm guessing they'd probably be playing this game and heading over ready for spring training. So
assume so.
I'm going to spring this one on you guys and a bit of a viewer question. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, runner on third, tied ball game. Who are you taking?
Jeter.
DiMaggio.
Man.
If it was a home run needed, Ruth.
Yep.
Or Mantle, but Mantle, we've said before, Mantle over his career with his strikeouts and his walks went like 5 years of every at bat without touching the ball.
Yep.
So a bit too risky for Mantle, and Ruth was the same. But yeah.
My thought would be bottom of the ninth, 2 out, runner on third. Who's the bloke you're going to throw to?
Yeah, true.
If it's Babe Ruth, are you even going to throw to him?
That's loaded bases then, Randall.
No, I'm serious. Like, who's the bloke that I would have thought I'd be backing in Jeter to say that you only need a hit.
Yep. Yeah,
that's why I went DiMaggio.
Yep.
DiMaggio was the same. He had power, but also just that eye and yeah.
Oh, let us know in the comments who you got.
Well, yeah,
mate, I was going to go Mantle. I just love him. So, take your pick, flip a coin, throw any of them in, and see what happens. It's only the Yankees. No matter which. Hey, I just mentioned this. The Super Bowl is a great time of the year because it means that baseball is right around the corner. Spring training is just about to start. We just talked about Altuve earlier. Second baseman to earn $300 million guaranteed. So pretty cool to see. They're looking after him, and he's probably going to be an Astro for life.
Yeah, it's not something you see very often anymore, is it?
Not very often at all.
But it's good to see that the guy's 4'0". He's your height, Hutto, but just doing well. So it just shows that you don't need to be 6 foot muscle bound guy to make it in the majors.
Yep.
And there's hope for all the little blokes out there yet.
Mate, he's going to be the best power hitter in the postseason after this season, I reckon. He's got 2 more to beat Ramirez's home runs record in postseason. So how about that? 5'5" and power hitter.
And how many of them were lead-off home runs?
Oh, I've got no idea. But there would have been a few.
It'll be up there. Even not even just lead-off, but even first pitch.
Yep.
And lead-off.
Someone trade for Chapman. Someone trade for Chapman so that Tuva can face him again in the playoffs and take him yard again.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Hey, Savannah Bananas are back, and John Cena got a at-bat. I'm just going to call it an at-bat because he didn't swing. Wow. It was brutal.
He stood in the batter's box.
I really love that.
Sorry, crouched in the batter's box.
I really love that Bananas are doing everything to get these big names there and spending some dollars to get, some of these big names. But I would have loved to have seen him have a hack, big daddy hack.
Yeah.
Did nothing. The best bit there was the umpire doing a big body slam for strike 3. The old dancing up. He's good value.
Drop. Yep. Good
value. Davo, we talked about this one in our little private chat, mate. How good's this? So the Red Sox are going to be, in a Netflix series for the 2024 season, but also what was the year? 2000 and what?
2004.
2004.
Yeah, where they came from 3-0 against the Yanks. So I want to watch that one. I don't know about this year. This year's team, I don't think it's going to do much. So. But I'll still watch it anyway. It's a baseball-related documentary, so
where were they?
It'll be awesome to watch anyway. Just the behind the scenes of what they do and how they do it.
Just the access they're given for it.
Yeah. The history
will they finish 5th in division this year, Davo?
Every chance.
Mate, we'll go and check out Fangraphs now. Hey, I'll have you guys checked out that website before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like
Let's have a look. You don't like it?
It's a popularity contest, mate.
Come on, mate.
So they're going to do fan graphs, and they pick the best center fielder in baseball as Aaron Judge. Are you kidding me or what?
Yeah.
I think we spoke about it, Dave. I think Rafael Devers was ranked in the top 5 for third baseman.
There was a few there that we scratched our heads at, but I look at the AL East and with the Red Sox with their rotation, who are they going to beat? Yankees will be around there. Baltimore's going to be up there. Rays always find a way. Even the Blue Jays, they've been quiet through the offseason, but they'll still be pretty good.
Yeah, they've still got the team that can still beat other teams, but. That's probably the big one, isn't it? Besides, Yankees, besides Garrett Cole, what strike have they really got in their rotation?
Yeah.
If Nestor's on, okay.
Freeman, is he out of jail or what's he doing?
What's his name? He signed from the Giants and didn't do much last year.
DeSclafani?
DeSclafani's gone to. Did he go to Pittsburgh? He went somewhere. Can't remember where he went, but
guys signed a big contract and was injured most of last year. Did well. I think it was the Giants the year before, but
okay.
It was the Yankees, so don't take much notice.
No one cared.
Yeah, fair. Oh, well, Major League's back very soon, mate. Pitchers and catchers report. I think it's maybe next week, and then we've got some games late February, some spring training games. So that'll be good to see, and can't wait to watch a bit of baseball. But see what happens there. Mate, I've got a couple more slides here, but you blokes see this one. The Christian Horner told to step down as the Red Bull boss in the F1. Apparently, allegedly, some assault charges, and who knows what's going to go on there. But apparently the whole team's breaking down, and they're going to have a big change up in their team. So see what happens there. So
yeah, watch that space.
Brisbane Broncos drunken fight amongst themselves. Yeah, that's the Broncos, mate. NRL.
Yes, it's Broncos.
Yeah, they'll probably do that in Las Vegas as well. Yeah, and they're not going, are they? Are the Broncos there? No.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything about it. Can't have been that good.
Looks like they're going to cop fines, but they'll both be available to play.
Captain and vice captain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the captain is anymore. Is it Adam Reynolds?
Too pissed. Yeah, they're too
pissed.
They got booted out of pissed at a fan day thing or a nightclub afterwards. Security threw him out. So sort of Reynolds was trying to get old mate into a cab. He didn't really want to go there. It started as a playful thing, and then it wasn't so because they were both so pissed.
Yeah.
We might see him this weekend, Tim.
You might. Mitchell won't return from Vegas. That's very likely.
Latrell can stay there.
Yes.
Reece Walsh won't either.
Yeah. They had to do a bit to get him over there, didn't they?
Yeah. So they're all given special visas to be able to get over there.
Yeah.
A few of them that weren't actually allowed to go there have been given special visas. So Rolandes has obviously done a special little deal with someone. Paid somebody.
Oh, well, that'll be good to see, actually. Hopefully they do sell them out and get some big crowds. Speaking of big crowds, I went down to the Kings game Sunday over. I took the kids down to the Kings. Illawarra Hawks give them a bit of a touch-up, 25-16 leading after the first, 59-46 after the second, 79-65. And the final score, 106-95. The Kings are gone, fellas. They're out now for the year, so they're not even in the top six. We'll take a quick look there. And I believe, Melbourne and Perth are at the top of the table there. The Jack Jumpers, Illawarra are in fourth, Brisbane in fifth, and New Zealand in sixth. So
good to see Illawarra get up there.
Yeah. Well, they had Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum's dad, come out and coach halfway through the year and really turned them around. So that was a massive one for them. But, it was a good game live. We're up in the upper deck somewhere. Needed some binoculars, as you mentioned, Davo, but it was good fun to get to a live game. Been about 20 years, I reckon, since I've been to a Kings game.
Would have been the old entertainment centre, which was a much better place to watch basketball at. Yeah.
I tell you what, though, for how big the venue was, it was still good to watch, and they put on a good show, good atmosphere. So good to see. Righto, what's on for the weekend in sport for you blokes?
Mate, I'm in Brisbane this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
With a couple of local Toronto boys. We're going up there. Old Dolly, Mark Dollymore's 50th birthday on Saturday. So we're heading up there, have a couple of beers with him. We also have a horse running. Our syndicate, Can't Bowl There syndicate. Sir Carter nominated for a couple of races there at Eagle Farm on Saturday. So we'll be doing a dash from Sir Carter. Yeah, we'll do a big mad dash from Everton Bowling Club across to Eagle Farm at some point to catch a race.
Fair enough. Well, good luck to all involved. Can't bowl there.
It's 5 of us or something going up. So
beautiful.
Should be a good weekend.
Road trip.
Happy birthday, Dolly. I believe it might be today as well. I think it is, isn't it? His birthday, or was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, you, Davo, bit of cricket?
More cricket. Cricket upon cricket. Nothing changes. Coming towards the end of the season, though, so hopefully we should start getting a few afternoons and nights back and Saturdays back. But still loving it. I think the women's first grade are now pretty much finals bound, so Ellis helped them get there. Women's twos, unfortunately, will be out, even though Lauren's been playing well, and us, we're done as well. So
Dunkies.
Just enjoying the last few games.
Beautiful, mate. Go and score some runs.
I do think the boys are playing their last game for Central Coast Junior Baseball this weekend too.
Yep.
That all wraps up this week. Last game down there. So they've enjoyed playing Rebels. And there's been some good quality games down there, which is awesome to see. Those young kids coming through. So it means Toronto's back happening again. We're all kicking off. So Rego Link's get there, Davo. Get on it.
Yeah, that's good. Not pitch all year, then get benched for the finals.
You won't even get to pitch all year. We didn't play finals.
Yes,
did we?
I might be out too, Randall, I think.
Oh, don't tell me that.
I don't think I can play for the full year again, so what's the point of playing 5 games?
I'm playing 4th grade, doesn't matter.
Are you playing 4s?
Yes.
Oh, right. Well, I might have a game then. So
Aussies we'll be up for one night, though.
What's that, Davo?
We'll be up for one night, though. I've got the $200 RSL club card there to use by the end of June, I think. So,
well, mate, we've got a season launch coming up actually at the old RSL. So we'll talk.
Yeah, beauty. All right, fellas, let's get out of here. I promise you an hour. It's been an hour and 1, so I've gone pretty good. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. See ya.
Cheers.